That shit be like it's your motherfucking people's Eastside Boobie, nigga, checking in with Hottest of the City, man.
For sure. Alright, bro, first question. For the motherfuckers that don't know, you feel me, where we come from and shit like that, and how it go down and shit down here. What part of the town are you from, first off?
I'm from Eastside, man. Clarksdale Project to be exact, man. Pt.1 Ballard Court, man. 312 is my address.
Alright, man, like growing up, you know, I feel like growing up in different parts of the city, niggas gonna be raised different. The streets are the street, but niggas got their own swag, how they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How they hustle, all that type of shit. So growing up in the East and shit like that, what's the differences you would say, like, from the other cities? I mean, not other cities, but other parts of the city type shit.
I mean, like, the East is always gonna be the East. Like, when Clarksdale was up, like, it'll never be another project like Clarksdale. Nigga, you can pull up to Clarksdale at 2 in the afternoon or 4 in the morning. Nigga, it's gonna be a dice game jumping. You know what I mean? It's gonna be J's. I mean, like, my hood was just naturally, you know what I mean, raised for hustlers. Like, a lot of niggas up there was getting to it and fucking it up because niggas ain't have stack game. But Clarksdale was a $1 billion spot. That's why they threw that bitch down. I mean, like, my way, niggas joke a lot, niggas get fly, but niggas get that paper too.
I feel like, man, y'all niggas really around it, niggas like the East, like New York type shit, cause y'all downtown, around like close to all this shit, but nigga, plus y'all got freestylers, Snidey, Kanye, niggas like that.
Mr. Bro,
doing comparisons with
shout
the
out
East
to both
and
of
New
them
York and
niggas,
shit.
like, you know, yeah, be back around this motherfucker sooner than later, bro. They got some little demons he battling, but God willing, he overcome that shit because that nigga hard as far as S-Dot. S-Dot shot this motherfucker working. You can catch S-Dot running around this motherfucker on the Tuesday, nigga, with that shit on. You know what I mean? With that shit on and that brick on.
Yeah, for sure, shout out. Alright, so when you feel like you first started doing music or took that shit serious where you knew you could do it, where it just came kind of naturally?
I started doing music, me and my nigga Brawley. Shout out to my brother from another.
I just did an interview with him. He was like, y'all grew up together type shit, hustling, rapping and shit.
Man,
like
me and Brawley did a lot of first shit together. What I mean by first shit, like hopped off the porch. When we went to prison, nigga, we did our first bid together. You know what I mean? Like, that's honestly my day one. You feel me? I don't got no other day one. It's just him. You feel me? Ray, my motherfucking foreigner, a big Brawley to y'all. I call him Bubba, you feel me? Like, that's what we've been calling each other for years. He called me Bubba too, like that's my nigga, bro. The music started with just me and him, bro, getting high, going to the basement in the laundromat. You feel me? Like, cause it's to let you know he ain't lying. You feel me? Like, we would go to the laundromat in the projects and bang on the motherfucking washer and dryer and just freestyle all the time. It'd be me, Brawley, my nigga Dianco, Spank White, is what we call him. We got a white boy from my neighborhood named White Mike. He's been locked up for a while. But growing up, you feel me, our little clique was called Bust Back. I got that shit tatted on me, you know. But now it's a few niggas running around with Bust Back on them. They ain't official, but you know.
Alright, so what you feel like your first song was that you dropped on YouTube? Even if you ain't dropping on the tube, or your hood, your niggas heard it.
The first song, me and Bradley dropped a song called Cake Up. That was the first video that I ever did. And we shot that motherfucker up. Let me see them scissors, man.
Yeah, what about the first mixtape? What was that called?
Anti-rap music. I got anti-rap music 1 all the way through 5.
Yeah, I think I got hip hop probably like 5 in the real one. When you had that motherfucker on Lounge Mob, I picked that motherfucker up. That motherfucker.
Appreciate the support, man. Definitely appreciate the support.
For sure. I was just on your YouTube, man. The shit you done since you been out and shit on your little run, nigga. You done dropped Drink Guide, you did a corner to corner freestyle, Still Proper, True Story, Who Can I Trust, If You Know You Know with Black Steve, songs with Bro Where I Just Left, Riley, so you been working, bro.
Nigga working, and I'm trying to get that YouTube presence together, you feel me? Like a nigga need 40,000 YouTube watch hours and 1,000 subscribers before niggas page
need to monetize. I need 1,000 subscribers.
Exactly, you feel me? So I'm grinding right. That's why I've been dropping so much content, because I need subscribers. You gotta give a motherfucker something to go watch. You know what I mean? That they gonna wanna see something different from a nigga. I'm gonna start doing like little daily vlogs and shit, cause I'm wrecked for real. When I'm in a good mood, nigga, I'm funny as a motherfucker. And I got hot ones.
Alright, then I peeped, you had features with niggas in the game, shit, Benzo, That was like 7 years ago.
Yeah, it was like 2014. You feel me? I reached out to Viz once since I've been home. Viz told me he wanted 25,000 for a verse, but he'll do 2 verses for me in the video for the same 25,000.
What was it back then though?
Back then when I got that verse, I paid $1,000. I mean, I caught Viz when he was coming up. You feel me? I booked him. I booked him, P Graham, and Webo for my first concert. My motherfucker sold out. Honestly, I never made no money off no shows until I started fucking with the D niggas. And I probably did 10 shows before that. All of them motherfuckers was flops.
You rocking with the D niggas for sure. Alright, so then after that you got a feature with Mozzie.
Mozzie good people, man. Mozzie the only nigga who ever invited me to tour and shit. Like, I booked him twice. The first time I booked him, I got a feature and shit from him. The second time he came through, we wrapped that motherfucker up, got it mixed. Then I ended up flying out LA, and shooting the video. I ain't talked to the nigga since I've been home though. Before I went down, he wasn't as big as he is now, So with me not having like an entourage, our staff, a manager and all that shit, only way that I can reach out to the niggas organically, like just hitting the nigga on Instagram or something. I hit him a few times, if he sees nigga Mozzie will tap in, it just is what it is.
But a motherfucker don't know shit, what you paid for that feature back then? Cause that's an old feature, but you reposted it.
Yeah, like and that motherfucker, the song came out in 2017. I just put the video back up because when I was in prison, the motherfucker reported the video and took off YouTube. And I just put the video back up 2 weeks ago, and that motherfucker's already at like 20,000 views with no promotion. That's a lot for a nigga like me. I'm a regular Douglas nigga project nigga. I ain't famous for real. I'm famous where I'm from. You feel me? Worldwide, a few niggas know me, but 20,000 views in a couple of weeks, that's a lot for me, gang. That's why I'm trying to get this page monetized so I can get my paper from it. They got some type of paper on it.
Got too much paper on it, nigga. Just got played and shit, right? Shit.
K-Pay. In the cornrows.
Then you had a feature with niggas from the city. I see you do rock with your niggas from the city, Skinny Man, Big Bobby, Chill One. Feel me? I don't know if you got any more features.
Skinny don't even rap no more. Like, them songs old as hell. Skinny just living life. You feel me? Doing, you know what I mean? Check my niggas, check his Instagram and shit out. You gonna get very motivated. If you a hater, you ain't gonna like him, But dude living, he ain't fucking with no rapping shit. But I take it like back. He got an artist. He not rapping himself, but he got an artist named 2K. He got 2K and 2K really rich. Both of them little niggas is doing their things. I don't know them on a personal level or nothing. But as far as Brawley, you feel me? Like as of right now, I'm fucking with Brawley, Black Steve, the most. You feel me? Like they're my niggas and shit. It's already organic for me. We've been recording a lot of good music. I just dropped some heat with Yanni too. One way Yanni hard. Check Yanni out. I ain't gonna front. Brody coming with that shit. When I left. Before I went to my bid, Yanni was a little nigga. When I came home, he was a big dog. Brody handling wax. You feel me? The grown man way.
For sure. Alright, we gonna get into, man, the prison stand. Like, shit, you been rapping and had that run before you, like, got locked up and shit like that. Like, how you feel like that set you back, and how you feel like that you learned your lessons from it, where you just came out and bounced back like that shit never happened?
Set a nigga back so serious. Like, you gotta think that in the last 4 years, the pandemic changed the world. A lot of money was made. There was a lot of free cash floating around out here. A lot of niggas blew up with the music. You feel me? The whole time I'm down in the cell. You feel me? Selling K2 paper, some boxing sheets and some boxing strips and shit. I had to make it do what it do. Like, as far as a lesson learned, like, it definitely was a lesson learned, because then a nigga won't sit in prison. That shit's boring as fuck. It's weird, niggas in there every day, niggas is gay and shit, but it definitely set me back on this week. It definitely set me back a lot, because right before I went to prison, I was on that tour with Mozzie, and it was a 30-city tour, you feel me? And like, once I would have finished it, motherfucking niggas would have known who I was. Like, I had good motion around that time. Bust down kids, all that shit, you feel me, with no deal.
So he rocking with you to the point where it's like, bro, come on,
that nigga hit me.
You don't want shit from me, but
I ain't gonna front, bro. The nigga hit me and asked me did I want to perform at the show in the A. I'm like, bet. When I pulled up there, and I'm thinking, you feel me, that I'm gonna be doing the song, but me and him got together. He like, nah, nigga, I'm gonna give you a 10-minute set. You feel me? He like, nigga, you can come to any interview show, you feel me? So I do the 10-minute set, then I rocked it out in the A. My girl Patrice ended up getting sick while we were down there, so I brought her back the next day. When we get back, I rip and run, collect a couple of dollars. I ended up going in the crib like 5 or 6 in the morning. Nigga, the next day at like 8 in the morning, nigga, the POs got my house surrounded. Some in the front, some in the back. A motherfucker called the POs and told them that I went to Atlanta and did the show with Mozzie. So they come in and search, you feel me? Like they find the blicks and shit. Like my bitch had a Draco with her name, and it was a 4.5, and the nigga honestly forgot about for real. So they took 43,000 from a nigga and charged me with the guns. They ended up letting me out. I was on the watch for about 3-4 weeks. And I ended up getting pulled over in front of the police station. I had like a couple perks. I had 2 perks on me, around 3 cell phones. They charged me with trafficking for 2 perks, and we'll never break that shit down. So when I get to the county, when I finally get knocked out, whatever, the feds was picking up all the cases. So I took a rocket doctor plea, which was 5 years on top of the other 5 years probation I had, for a total of 10. So when I went to prison, I had to do 2 years to the parole board before they let me out. When I did the 2 years, they gave me another 2 years to do. In the midst of that 2 years, you feel me, a nigga was wild and a nigga had a cell phone and that motherfucker. White boys told on the nigga. I ended up catching the outside charge for the cell phone, you know, but I had lawyer money. Shout out to my nigga Doe, you nigga Fat Doe, you feel me? When I was locked up, I hit my nigga Doe and told him like, look, gang, the nigga just got knocked with the phone. I need a little help on the lawyer, wasn't know what you need, what day you go to court, no none of that. Brody pulled right up on my bitch and gave her a stack, you feel me? I'll never ever forget that. I mean, that go a long way.
So back on the jail shit, like I remember you had that chain, that AMK. I was gonna ask you like what's the meaning of that, but like in jewelry, when they come in the right now, like is that a big part of it?
AMK stand for my kids' initial. That's my company name, Antonio Makai Kamari. You feel me? That's my kids. And I feel like as an artist, a nigga need him a little bust down kid, because a lot of people go out perception. Like when I first started rapping, I used to ride around in rental cars. And I was trying to pass out CDs, and niggas wouldn't take my CDs because what type of car I was driving. So I ended up buying a Camaro and slapping some 40s on that motherfucker. Then when I would pull up, niggas, if you want a CD, yeah, give me 3 or 4 of them motherfuckers. So as an artist, perception is needed for your audience or whatever. But the niggas be caught up like breaking their neck, spending all their money on BBs and shit. I ain't got no cap in my rap. My first kit was all SI1s. And my shit was busting, you feel me? Like every nigga, this is how I do niggas in the industry be capping me, because when I was pulling down on niggas and they see my kit, they be like, damn bro, what you pay me that? It's in BBS, woo. I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep it 100, because if I got capped to you for you to accept me, I like me, I don't need to fuck with you feel me? Like my first kit definitely was SI, you feel me? It's about the color coordination. And when I went broke, nigga, I'm not necessarily gonna say went broke. When I decided to go on the run from probation and parole, I had no plans on coming back to Louisville, nigga, so I sold all my jewelry, watch, chains, charms, all that shit, nigga, for a bag. And I made more off the bag than I spent for the jewelry, so, but don't get it misconstrued, nigga, I'm fresh out, you feel me? I only been home 6 months. I took a loss for 70,000 on some fluke shit. Then I lost 30,000 gambling on some monkey shit, so a nigga took a loss for like 100 in like a 5 or 6 day spin, you feel me? Niggas recovering from it, the niggas back focused though, I ain't fucking with that gambling shit. Man, I'm honestly chasing assets right now. I'm gonna buy me a house and some form of a business, meaning like a little lawn care service. So once I get me a house and a business, nigga, I'm gonna go crazy with this jewelry. Big AMK music group piece, big AP bust down. You feel me? That'll be part 2 for the interview. The second time I come around, it's gonna be so much ice on. Right now, I'm Eastside Boobie. When that bag get to land and that ice get to dropping, I turn into bust down. You feel me? That's my alter ego. Bust down on these niggas in a heartbeat.
So I just asked you that because you done been in the game shit with jewelry and without it. It don't make a nigga, but it's
it don't make or break a nigga. You feel me? Like niggas know it ain't gotta be in you. It ain't gotta be on you when it's in you. You know what I mean? Like look at me, I'm doing the interview, nigga, with flip flops on. I got on You know what I mean? These motherfuckers feel like Tempur-Pedics on the niggas' feet. You feel me? I'm just living, bro. Like I'm comfortable. Like at one point in time, I wouldn't even be out here just in the cut, shirt off, flip flops on, because it's ugly out here for real. You know what I mean? A nigga honestly can't get too comfortable with. But what I'm saying is, I'm enjoying life for one. I mean, I've been locked up majority of my life. I done had ups and downs out here in the streets. I done been shot twice. Every time a nigga felt the bullet, it came from a nigga that I had love for. I done survived home invasions, you feel me? Like every time I fall, any smoke that I got with a nigga, any fallout with a nigga is from a nigga who I used to give a bag to, looked out to him, bossed them up, how they fucked the bread up and feel like they ain't gotta pay. Like, ain't no statute of limitations on that nigga. I want my money. I don't give a fuck if it's 6 years or 10 years from now. If you owe me and I catch you in the mall or something, nigga, you buying me something. on the set, as my nigga say.
Nigga would rather risk their life than keep it in the head, nigga. That shit be crazy. I ain't even gonna get on that shit, man. Shit. What about the change in the music game? Like before you went down and then when you came home, was it a big change to you? Or was it
Yeah, it's a big change because now, like when I left, it wasn't no nigga really pushing the music the way how I was pushing it besides Pt.1. Like I had never even heard ESTG, you feel me? Like, nah, this is 2017. I had never even heard of bro, you feel me? Like, when he started popping, Snotty is S-Dot, that's who had to remind me of who he was, you feel me? Like, cause bro really from the hood, like G mama used to braid my hair and shit, R.I.P. Miss Schiller. But like, nah, that nigga's really from Clarksdale, you feel me? Once Snotty woke me up to who he was, I'm like, okay, you feel me? Like his mama used to live behind us in Ballard Court. Around this time though, G was a little nigga. G was
one of Yanni situation.
G wasn't number about 3 or 4 around this time. Like he was really a baby, but you know what I mean? When him and his mama and them ended up moving out Newburgh or whatever, you feel me? That's where he made his name at. I listen to that nigga music. every day. That shit hard in the motherfucker. I don't got nothing to do with the street beef and shit the niggas got going on. And then all that shit occurred while I was locked up, so I'd be a fool to come home and place myself in the middle of some shit that don't got nothing to do with me. So when it comes to that music shit, I don't give a fuck what side you from. If I want to listen to it, I'ma listen to it. You feel me? And I'm one of them type of niggas where I don't play both sides of the ball because it'll get you killed. Like I still fuck with niggas who niggas from on my way don't fuck with and vice versa because I've been dealing with these niggas for years. Not saying that I fuck with these niggas on some choosing sides. I'm gonna drop below anything on a nigga like that because that's just not me. That's the type of shit that's gonna get a nigga put in the casket. But no niggas gonna dictate who I fuck with and who I don't fuck with. I'm gonna make those choices.
That's how I feel with these interviews. Like niggas might take it away. He do interview with it, but this is my hustle. Like shit, I don't think I ain't got no beef shit with a nigga. Like it shouldn't be no problem. Like shit, I'm trying to interview the whole city.
Yeah, but like you just gotta keep the people. You just gotta keep the people aware of the fact that you mutual when it comes to the beef. We don't got nothing to do with it. And that's one thing that I do even on a day-to-day before this interview, you feel me? Like I still slide to certain places and there's certain places that I just don't go because I'm guilty by association. Like when I was on the yard, bro, I used to get into it with niggas every day, nigga. Every yard, every day that I went to over G. And I don't know, bro. You feel me? Personally, the reason why I used to get into it with these niggas because I'm listening to dudes' music every day and I'm motivated by it and I'm working out to it. If I ain't got the headphones on, nigga, I know the words. I can memorize it. I'm spitting the bars. You feel me? Like I felt that nigga because the shit that he's talking about, I see it vividly. He's rapping on Forever Rolling Beats. This is who used to produce all my music before I went down. You feel me? Like, that nigga Hollywood as fuck, man. You feel me? It's still love, but
it wasn't his tag when you was working with that Forever Rolling.
I honestly think it was Lil Jeff's tag, but like Jeff used to live with a nigga type shit, meaning like when I moved to the A, every time that I would go home, I would let Jeff slide with me. I had a little 2014 Charger then, you feel me? So when I would go home, I would let Jeff ride around in my car and shit, handle his business, do beats for niggas left and right, whatever he was doing, you feel me? Like he had access to him, I believed it, you feel me? And the first time when I was on the yard, bro, and I heard the Forever Rolling tag on G shit, and it was on like JPay and it was like big and global, nigga, it said chill bumps through my body. And in my mind, I'm like, shit, I know when I touch Lil Bro gon' fuck with me. You feel me? Like, and I ain't coming with my hand out. You feel me? I got out and hit Jeff trying to buy some beats. Brody sent me like 4-5 beats, and out of one of the beats I ended up using, I smacked the verse on and paid to get it mixed, mastered, all that shit. I put my time and my money into it. And then Doug and G's project dropped and the beat was on there. Brody ain't answered the phone since. Like, the way I was looking at it, I felt like, you know, just as a man, like, hey, look, bro, that beat is gonna be on G and them shit. They got a bigger platform. My father about to mix up a look. Here go a beat. You know, here go a variety of beats that you can pick from the battle, swap it out. Like, don't dodge calling it for slug. Like, whenever you see this nigga, you feel me? Like rolling the slug gang, we put the Hollywood shit, especially with me. I'ma call bullshit when I see it. It ain't no smoke, no none of that, little bro. But you know you acting funny toward these side, nigga.
Yeah, you got no time to roll them beats, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That's gang them. But like I said, I can't. Matter of fact, I can't even say it's ganging him because the love that I got for him, I guess he don't feel the same way, which is cool, which is neutral because he more or less feel like I ghosted him. The reason why I had to back up off of Lil Jeff cause some shit popped off at this A Boogie concert in 2018. And a chick ended up getting smoked, you feel me? And like once we finally got to the car and found Jeff was crying and shit because he thought I got smoked. So right then and there, I knew that little bro wasn't cut out for the type of lifestyle that I was living at that moment, and that don't make him a bad guy, cause every nigga not cut out for this street shit. You know what I mean? So to save him and to make sure that nigga kept him good, you feel me? I fell all the way back off of it because I didn't want him to get caught up or involved in the beef that I had going on.
Another question I got for you. You done did interviews, like I peeped the Small Eyes interview. What you feel like the difference between this interview and that? Because I know he's professional, I can probably get tips, but like, do you feel like you could really explain shit how you talking to me? Because maybe he ain't from Louisville, you feel me? He's asking questions on some, what's your favorite food? No,
yeah.
You feel me? Big ups to him, but like, that ain't no question I'ma ask you. I mean, that's smooth, but niggas won't know.
You more in tune. You more in tune with the streets, you feel me? Like, and you gotta think from his platform. His platform is like more or less like upper echelon. And at that time, I was like local rapper all the way around type shit. I didn't have no big sound. I wasn't going as hard with the music as I am now. You feel me? So he probably more or less just looked at me as like another nigga in his DM trying to do an interview. You know what I mean? I paid the little fee that he wanted. Me and my girl drove down there. I did the interview and kept it at that. Like honestly, I got an interview coming up with Off the Porch, but I just wanted to make sure before I went in there and started going on bigger platforms, you feel me, that I got this interview out the way with you, because you was hollering at me, nigga, when I had the cell phone in the jail. Like, nigga, I need an interview from you, nigga, as soon as you get home, you feel me? I was telling you then, like, let me get my shit together and I got you. I mean, Brody been fucking with a nigga from the cell to the streets.
Oh, God. Then one of your latest videos, you got Pt.1 explain, like, his influence in the rap game and y'all relationship fires the music and shit like that.
Uno, that's my motherfucking nigga, man. Like that's what I call him. When I call him Uno, he call me Rover. Yeah. That's my bro. Like bro pretty much like fuck the music for real. He came out the woodworks and did that solely on the strength of me, you feel me? Like if I can get that nigga to sing, like what I'm saying, that Brody can fill the arena out, but like when you've been doing music for so long and you've been investing so much of your own money in it and you ain't seeing a return, it'll make a nigga be like, fuck that shit. And that's pretty much where Brody at with it, you feel me? And he's older, you feel me? So now, you know, if anything, I think before Uno put the pen completely down, he'll ghostwrite for his son or something. But as far as my personal relationship, like that's my nigga, you feel me? I got love for bro. Uno the first nigga that ever took me to the CIAA in North Carolina. That's how I ended up bumping into my nigga Tim Boss.
For sure. You were just speaking on that IG Live video when I caught you on the phone, you feel me? You was talking to Skinny.
Yeah.
Like shit, you was still basically keeping your ear to the streets while you was there. So the whole time you was there, you said you was listening to G, you tapping in on live and shit. So the whole time you was in there, you was still thinking about the music and shit like that.
Yeah, because I seen it got easier. Like before I got that cell phone, nigga, I hadn't seen no videos in probably 2 years because I was in a Class D jail. Like they don't got no BET, MTV, no none of that shit. So the shit just dropped, especially the underground music. I didn't get to see G's take over. I was just hearing about it word of mouth over the phone. So once I finally got a cell phone, that's all I did, nigga. The first 2 weeks I had the phone, and I just laid on YouTube, getting caught up on the music, the videos, seeing how niggas is coming, to change up of flows or the change up of new. Okay. But like I was saying, that just threw me all the way off. I forgot what the question was.
And I was talking about